this is Retired Geek Woman Adventures with Rhiannon with Stardew Valley 1.5 Retired Slow Play, part number 66. We are going to take up right where we left off, which was day 14 of spring in year number 3. We just hit over 200,000 in our bank, so that's fantastic. I was very excited about that. Previous episode, we went to the Egg Festival and we beat Abigail. So we got this lovely straw hat, which we'll never wear, but that's okay. It's kind of like having a trophy that you put on a shelf. Got a number of hats, and there's uses for them, which we will find out later on in upcoming episodes. So I wanted to try and say hello to Harvey, who keeps getting in my way, and I went, okay, whatever. I'm just going to come on outside. It's pouring down rain, and that's okay. We don't care. I'm going to grab my things. When it's raining, I don't have to water the cat bowl. I don't have to put water in the cat bowl. But I will come over here and grab that iridium ore that we're getting every day now. Isn't that awesome? If you don't know why we're getting that, you need to watch previous episodes. It tells exactly how you can get that. Previous episode, during the night, we heard a loud, weird noise. Look at this. This is a meteorite. This is a rare occurrence that can happen in your game. A meteorite can land anywhere on your farm. This just happens to be right in my way. You can keep them indefinitely, or you can take your, at least a gold, I think it has to be a golden pickaxe or better to break it up. And when I break it up, whoa, we got 6 iridium ore, 2 geodes, and 6 pieces of stone from that meteorite. It could be all kinds of things. So that's kind of an unusual occurrence. I don't know how many times it happens per game, maybe once, I don't know. So that was that was a very unusual event to happen, and I was so excited. If you watched previous episode, when I went to bed, in the middle of the night, it made a loud noise, and when I woke up, it said something to the effect of, you heard a loud noise during the night or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. So it's kind of nice when it rains because the animals are all inside the barn, makes them easy to run around and give them some love, and then gather all of this stuff. So you can see I've kind of got a mess here. So it's okay. We're going to get it all organized and so that things fall in the right place. I hate it when they're out of order because then I'm searching for things and I'm afraid I'll miss something. Just a tiny bit of OCD there, but nothing horrible, nothing that interferes with my life. So we're going to run around and collect our eggs, collect our duck feather, iridium quality no less, and love on all of our animals, and then put things away, put the eggs away, and then decide which eggs we're going to have for the mayonnaise machine. So I try to pick the one I have the most of, so we're going to do regular eggs today, and so here we go. All right, so all the goodies that we got have been collected. Next up, we're going to go into our greenhouse. Love our greenhouse. And looks like, oh right, we have some ancient fruit ready. So for a while, we're going to collect the ancient fruit and continue to make seeds until that bottom left quadrant is filled up, and that's 24 plants total. So I was kind of counting how many seeds that I needed for that, because I'm going to take what I just harvested and see if I can get enough seeds to fill that area. That is my plan. So I'm going to run over here and do that real quick. These are the 3 seed machines that we have right now, and we're going to just pop these in here. And after we get all of those planted, then we're going to start collecting them. I want to double check and see if I had any extra, and I only have the 1 ancient fruit seed in my seed chest. I want to leave that in there. It's kind of a placeholder. Again, you've heard me mention a number of times, I like to keep things in order. So I want in the spring chest of seeds, we have a lot of other things like our grass starter and the miscellaneous seeds and all kinds of things like that. And so I want to keep those things in there in order, and I want those ancient fruit seeds in there, and I want those in order too. So that's the reason why, for my madness of keeping 1 packet of ancient fruit seeds in that chest. So I think we've got enough for almost enough. I need 1 more. That's okay. I'm not going to take it out of the chest to do that. I will wait. We will get more ancient fruit seeds. And as you can see, we got all of the iridium ore. That iridium ore was awesome that we got today. So I was very excited about that. We're going to go ahead and use it and pop it in our furnace here, and I'm going to use the charcoal kiln to keep making charcoal. And it's like, oh dear, there we go. 2 more. So that gives us 7 iridium ore bars. We need quite a bit for all kinds of different things. Right now, we're saving it up to make the iridium sprinklers that we're going to reorganize our farm with in the next 2 weeks. It's the 14th day. We have 14 more days left in this season. And hopefully, if I do it right, by the end of that 28th day, I will have reorganized my farm, or very close to it. So I've already put in the placeholders of the walkways. You can see that. And if you want to see where we're kind of headed, you can check out a review I did of Stardew Valley. My playlist has some reviews of different games that I've played, and that's one of them. And it has pictures, screenshots of the 11-year farm, and that's kind of where I'm going with the plan. That's kind of what I'm going to be. I like the layout of that. I'm not very creative and don't want to try to redo it completely. Oh, look at that. Look at that beautiful third fish pond, which we could put anything in, but I'm going to put in a coral on that third fish pond. And I've decided I'm going to go ahead and do a 4th fish pond. We just need, let's see, I think I've got, it's either seaweed or algae there. Whichever one we need the other one, and we need 5 more pieces, which is a pain in the neck. We're also short on stone. Believe it or not, at one point I think I had almost 2,000 stone. I don't have enough for that fish pond that we need, which is 200 pieces. So we got to go get some stone. I mean, I hit all the normal, regular places. Anyway, we're going to get it. So I'm very excited about this third fish pond. I made a little sign. And so if you put the whatever, the fish in it first, and then put a little sign there, it'll automatically show what's in the fish pond. And so there we are. And our honey is ready, and it's blue jazz honey this time, which is more valuable than regular honey. Each season has different flowers you can grow, and you can try them out, which ones, grow them right around the area of your beehives. You can try out which ones, or you can go to the wiki and say which flower is best. That's what you can do. So I'm going to reorganize that area a little bit. Things aren't getting watered right. I've got the scarecrow in the wrong place, but that's okay. I've kind of got the basics laid down of what I'm going to do there. I'll get it reorganized. I didn't mean to click that. That's the mailbox. You can see the 2 lightning rods are kind of wiggling there. That means it's a lightning storm, and hopefully both of those will get struck by lightning and give us batteries. We need batteries for the number of things, so we really do need more of those. I really should make a couple more lightning rods, but at this time I'm busy. I gotta go fishing. I gotta go somewhere and get stone. We have so much to do in this episode, so hang in there with me. We'll get it done. And none of it's urgent. And I've talked about this a lot, but if you're brand new to my channel, one thing I will mention is this is a retired slow play. I did have certain goals that I wanted to complete by the end of year number 2, and I achieved those goals. My goals now are not urgent, but the purpose of this playthrough is to get to completion. And at some point in the future, we will find out how we can find out how do we get to completion. Where are we? How far have we gotten? So I've never completed this game. I've never been 100%. So this playthrough is going to do that. So I'm very excited to be able to share that with you. And we have a long way to go, and that's okay. This is a nice slow playthrough of Stardew Valley. There is no min-maxing here, if you know what that is. There's no power gaming, if you know what that is. This is just a retired, slow journey through this beautiful, wonderful little game that I love so much. I have just tipped over 1,000 hours of Stardew Valley. And that doesn't count the hours that I've played on my iPad, which hasn't been extensive, but it adds a few. But I just went over 1,000 hours. It's the second most played game that I have on my Steam account. And the other game that beats it out, I've been playing it for twice as many years as this game. So that doesn't surprise me. So that tells you how much I've played this game, how much I've loved this game. And it's just, there's just something about it. I don't know what it is. Maybe I learned a new term recently in meeting some new friends on Discord and different games and stuff called chill games. Never heard of it. Apparently I like chill games. And it means games that you don't have a whole lot of fighting, that there's other things involved, that you can chill and otherwise relax and play. And apparently that's what I like to do. So I do play other games. If you look at my playlist, I do have Skyrim on there. I started a Skyrim playthrough, but quite frankly, I always get bored with Skyrim. And I think it's because of the constant fighting that you have to do. And I paused that game for now. I'm not stopping that playthrough. Someone asked me if I was going to continue it. The answer is absolutely. I totally plan to finish it. But I decided I did not want to show you guys substandard videos. I don't want to show you videos of me being bored or aggravated and not having fun. I mean, what fun is that? I've seen a playthrough where somebody did that. And I thought, man, I would not have been playing. But it was actually a challenge that they did or something. But what fun is that? It's supposed to be fun. It stops being fun, then I won't do it. So that's why I decided to pause the playthrough. And so you see that on my playlist, and it does say paused on there. And then at some point I'll pick it back up. And this time, I mean, in the 11 years I've been playing it, this time I'll start where I left off instead of starting over like I always do. So this time I'll start where I left off, and we'll see if we can't complete that game someday. Then Stardew Valley, I don't see myself getting bored. I see myself continuing right on to play until we get to the end. It's so much fun sharing this game with you. While I'm fishing here and trying to get some seaweed, we got 4 more to go, I'll share with you that I do have a community tab that I encourage you to go to. The community tab it is the way that I communicate with you guys directly. And because it's really hard for me to, unless you're listening to my videos word for word, and I know that most of you aren't, if you're listening to my videos, then I'm telling you what's coming up or what I'm going to be doing next. My community tab can actually show you these things. So I give announcements on there. Sometimes it's personal stuff like my kitties. I have these 2 adorable kittens driving me crazy, both of us crazy, and I've got pictures of them on there that I posted recently. I do polls with my subscribers to ask questions, opinions about things. I want your opinions, so I put questions on there. So go in there and do those polls for me. Then also, something that I started recently is I am doing some coming up videos. And what these are is I'm putting 3 videos up a week, and I'm doing a highlight reel of what's coming up next week. And so take a look at those on there. They're on I post them on my community tab first, and only people that go to my community tab can see those videos, and then I release them to the public the next day. So the people that are really following me, that go to my community tab, that are paying attention, you can see that upcoming video first. So go check all of those things out on the community tab. Also on my YouTube channel main page, I also have an About tab. The About tab shows my upload schedule, and I keep that current. So currently, Stardew Valleys get uploaded on Mondays and Fridays at 11 a.m. American Central Time. And on Wednesdays, I am doing Kenseed at 11 a.m. American Eastern Time. So that's my schedule, and that About tab will be current always with what I am doing at any given time. If there's going to be a change, I'll have it on the community tab, but it'll also be on the About section. There'll be an announcement on there. I don't see a change in the near future. I'm playing Stardew Valley. I'm going to continue playing this until we get to 100% completion, which is going to be quite a long time. Like I said, I've got 1,000 hours in this game. I have not completed it. So it may be a little while, and that's okay. I am in no rush. I'm enjoying it. Kenseed is the other game that I'm playing. It is a new game. At the time of this recording, that game's only been out 4 months, which is unusual for me to be playing a game that is so new and sharing it with you guys. It's a little bit nerve-wracking because usually, I mean, I've been playing the game that you're watching now for, 7 years, something like that. I've been playing Skyrim for 11 years, so I know a lot of stuff. I know what's coming up. I know what to expect. I know what affects what. Kenseed is not at all like that. It's really an adventure of faith because I have no idea. And the thing is, the players, they don't know much either. So I ask a lot of questions on the Discord channel because I don't know what's going to happen. So it's quite different than Stardew Valley. The game itself has been compared to Stardew Valley, but it is quite different. So if you like this type of game, you might want to go check out that playthrough as well. Again, that's only once a week on Wednesdays. Anyway, that's my little plug. If you haven't subscribed yet, I really encourage you to please do that. It helps a number of things. It lets YouTube like me better so they share my videos with more people. And it also gives me affirmation that I'm doing something that other people find interesting or worthy of a subscription. So I really would appreciate if you would do that for me. So thank you, all of my subscribers. You all are important to me. Every morning, that's the first thing I do is check my subscriptions and see if I have any new people that are following along. And I'm so excited every day there's new people coming in. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Please make comments. I love your comments and I respond to them anytime I see one. It may take me a little bit to get to it, but I do respond to it because I really appreciate your input, always. While I've been rambling on, we've been catching seaweed. We've got 4 pieces. It's only 8 p.m. In theory, we should be able to get what we need as far as the seaweed and the green algae. We already had the green algae, but we're going to have to work on the stone. We need 200 pieces, and as you saw, we're quite low on that, but that's okay. I know where to get some. No big deal. Catching a lot of eels. Eel is an evening time fish in the ocean. I don't know which seasons. Oh, a Joja Cola can. Boy, Joja Cola went down a long time ago with a lightning strike, but their cans are still showing up in the junk. Oh my gosh. And the thing is, you can't recycle them. That's what is annoying about them. It's like that's the number one thing that people recycle, in my opinion. So why can't we recycle the Joja Cola cans? But occasionally, we get one as a request, as for somebody wants something. So I'm probably going to hang on to that can just because of that. I want to make sure I have whatever is available. So I'm going to try to hang on to a few things. I don't want to hang on to hundreds of Joja Cola cans. Joja Cola is a whole different storyline. Side note, when you're playing this game, there's 2 different ways you can go. If you want to save the Joja Cola company and continue to have them there, you can side with that nasty old Morris and it really, oh, bummer. You can side with Morris and not finish the community center. Or you can finish the community center and that takes down the Joja Mart? Yeah, Joja Mart. So anyway, it's interesting that you can choose sides on that. And I just choose whatever I would choose as a human being. What makes sense to me. And this lightning storm is amazing. I wish I had a whole bunch of lightning rods on my farm right now. I also do love storms in real life, and I get so excited when I hear we're going to have a rainy day, for one thing, and especially when we're going to have a stormy day. I just get very, very excited. I love it. And a lot of times the videos that I'm recording in the spring and summer, you're going to hear lightning storms that are not in the game because I open up my sliding glass door next to my desk and just absolutely love the sound of it. And so, I'm not going to apologize for that. I work on my sounds as much as possible, but I'm not going to apologize for lightning storms. They're just awesome. And they make me feel so peaceful. And apparently that's called being a pluviophile. Look that one up. I did because I didn't believe it, but it's there. So we are fishing away and getting all kinds of fish that we're going to be putting in our shipping bin. All we want really is a single piece of seaweed. It's so funny. I mean, when you don't want seaweed or green algae, that's when you get it, right? So look at all these fish. It's like, holy cow. But we are doing pretty good on the seaweed. We only need one more and it's 10:30. If I can turn the right direction, maybe I'll get it. I'm fishing in these shallow areas because supposedly that's where you get things like trash and seaweed and stuff. And you can see I'm just cranking it in. I got a whole bunch of gold star quality fish. So very valuable fish right here in the shallows. Supposedly when you cast a max cast, that's when you get the tougher fish. But I seem to be doing pretty daggone good here, sitting next to them, almost to where I can walk out. So very strange. But that's okay. We will get there. I am persistent. Come on. One more piece is all I ask. One more piece of junky old seaweed. It's 11:20. Oh my gosh, it's getting so late. And just for you new folks, I do not like being out at night. I can't see the screen very well for one thing, but I don't want to take a chance on falling asleep accidentally because I don't pay attention. And yes, that has happened to me, and I hate it when it happens to me. It's 11:30. It's like, come on. Oh, and another tough fish and a treasure chest. Oh my gosh. We are not getting what we want here. This is like not good. No, 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 no. If I'm going to catch it, I might as well catch the treasure chest and the fish, whatever the fish might be. So here we are. Let's see, another eel. Oh my goodness. And a piece of bait, a single piece of bait. Oh my heavens. It's 11:50. Come on, come on. That's another fish. Oh, it's getting so late, and I don't know. And there's another treasure chest. I'm not sure if we should hang out much longer. I just don't want to fall asleep again. Let's see what we got. Oh, 5 wild baits. Wild baits are interesting. When you put them on your rod, it gives you a chance of catching 2 fish, which is great if you're fishing for money, if you're wanting to catch fish for money. So I didn't realize that actually until this playthrough when I started trying out the wild bait. I had never done it before, and I really thought, oh, okay, this would make sense to use this if you're trying to catch fish for money. So, because normally I just use regular bait, and it does take more to craft the wild bait if you have the recipe. So as you can see, it's already 12:20 a.m. I decided we're gonna have to catch that last piece of seaweed another day because it is too late. It takes us a while to get home. In the future, we will be able to get things to get home a lot faster. Very early on in this series, not very early on, in a few 10 or 15 episodes ago, we met this guy named Krobus down under the sewers. Oh, it's 1 o'clock. Oh my gosh. We met him down in the sewers, and he would sell us a thing called a scepter, a return scepter, and it was 2 million. And what it does is it sends you home immediately. That is going to be a purchase. We're going to get it soon. I made it in bed before 2 a.m., which we would have passed out. If you go to bed after 1 a.m., though, you don't get all of your health back when you sleep. Wanted to show you our blue jazz. We did pretty good. We made $6,500, $6,400 gold overnight. So now we're on day 15 of spring and year number 3. I want to show you my health over there. You see on to the right, my energy, it didn't go all the way up. We can increase it with foods, no problem. Want to give our little baby a little love there. And good morning, Harvey, husband, and love you so much. So he's going to take a walk today. And we're going to go over to the fridge. What I think I'll do is just grab something that I can eat real quick. And I was looking at different ones, have different attributes. You can see that. And so partially for the energy, actually all I want to do is get something for the energy to get my energy back up. No big deal. It just depends on what I'm doing today. So I thought, okay, let's get this up here and give that an eat. It's no big deal. But the only thing is I don't want to run out of energy when I'm fishing or whatever. So I decided to go ahead and just grab a pancake, eat it. Yep, there we go. And now our energy is back up to almost full. So it gave us 90 energy. And that's all I wanted to do was get my energy back up. And look at these. Got a couple of batteries. Yes, yes, yes. I was hoping for that. We need them. So we're going to tuck these away. And we got to put everything away because it was so late last night and I didn't really want to fall asleep again. I hate doing that. Look at all that. We got a ton of copper ore fishing up those treasure chests. So that was interesting. So we're just going to kind of put things away. I'm double checking here to see if I have any higher quality fish that go in the chest. I'm trying to keep 5 of each one, and I obviously haven't been fishing much. We also want to keep a Joja cola can just in case someone requests it as a quest item. I may keep a number of them just for that very reason. And so we're going to pop our fish into the shipping bin. I know I have better quality of those already tucked away, so there's no big deal on that. And let's see, the wild bait we're going to tuck away. We've got another geode, got an artifact and a mineral. I mean, we got so much good stuff on those treasure chests. It was amazing. It's like when it's such a shock to me when that happens because I don't anticipate it. And then it's like, oh, wow. Wild bait. Let's go put that away. We got quite a bit of those, 30 I think. So maybe we may use them someday. May have a reason for those someday. Right now, not so much. I like regular old bait. It helps your fish stick on your fishing rod. And so we've messed around for a whole hour here, so we got to get going. Look at that. We got ourselves a diamond, and we got ourselves 2 iridium ore. So we filled the kitty's water bowl, checking the hay. Eventually, we're going to go make sure that we have enough silos for the animals that we have and the ones we anticipate, and that they are full before the end of the fall season. And just run around, give our body some love, and see if anybody will give us some milk. Thank you for that large regular, oh, that was a large goat milk. All right. We like that. And Clara the cow. I always do a cow and then the rest goats in our barn. So hopefully we'll get some more goats soon. I bought 2, and hopefully they'll start making their own here. I guess it takes a little while, but we'll see. Again, no rush, but I kind of would like to get some more goats. Goat cheese is so valuable. It becomes a revenue stream, a very, very lucrative revenue stream. And I've talked about revenue streams in previous episodes, but it's been a while. Revenue stream is a business term. So if you own a business, you generally have different ways that you are making money and how money comes into your business, and it's called a revenue stream. So in this farm, I want to have different revenue streams that make money. And to me, it's more about, in this game, it's about variety. I don't want to do the same old thing. I saw a post on the forums, which there is a link down in my description for the forums, and you should join. Let's see real quick before I continue talking. Hello, everything looks great. Someone was saying that they had ancient fruits all over their farm and all over their other farm, which you haven't seen and I'm not going to tell you about yet. And they were bored. And I thought, well, maybe you should grow something besides ancient fruit. Yes, it's the most valuable plant that you can plant because once you plant it, you never have to plant it again. It just keeps producing fruits forever. Well, if you're growing the same thing forever and day after day after day after day, to me that is boring. So that's why I like to do variety. I do have a main crop each season, and in the springtime it is our beautiful cauliflowers. Then I grow at least, during the first planting, I try to have at least one other crop. Right now we're kind of low on those things because I don't have enough seeds and I refuse to go buy a whole bunch from Pierre. But I usually have a secondary crop, and then after I can't grow any more of the main crop, then I start planting the other things that we can grow during that season. And it can be all kinds of things. I don't need a ton of them, like potatoes or radishes or whatever. Oh, look how pretty. Look how pretty. I don't need a ton of those things, but I want some. You never know when you're going to get them for quest. You never know when you're going to need them for cooking. And I just like having some. Doesn't mean I want to grow thousands of green beans. You see, I have one green bean plant, and I think I've gotten 2 or 3 green beans off of it. So, you know, I just like having the variety there. As you can see, the preserve jars are done. Let's see what we had. We had pickled eggplant, and now we're doing pickled pumpkins. Pumpkins are the #1 crop for the fall. So I didn't want to use too many out of what we had so that we can make sure that we're making enough seeds. But I thought I had enough to go ahead and use 21 and go ahead and pop them in there. At this point, because we are kind of limited on how much we can plant and how many things we can grow, I don't want to create more of the casks or the preserve jars. I'm sorry, the kegs or the preserve jars. I don't want to make any more because I really can't fill them right now with what we currently have growing, but we will eventually. I'll fill that shed, and then later on we can increase the size of those sheds. So the preserve jars, the preserve shed, and the wine shed will be increased, and then we will go ahead and fill those sheds with the preserve jars and the kegs, which really makes for a great revenue stream when you're doing as many as, I don't know, it seems like to me the way I put the kegs and the preserve jars in there, there's like over 60 that I feel comfortable with and can fill them all up and maybe do a few more. But it's great. I mean, if you're growing that much produce, then when you can keep up with that, then you're cranking. The farm is cranking. So we're getting there. We sure started from humble beginnings. If you all but watched that first episode, I had 15 seeds that I was gifted from Mayor Lewis. 15 seeds. And that is a long way to, in this 66 episodes that we're at, 66 episodes, we have come so far. And I've been showing progress screenshots, and I'll keep doing that as the farm changes and we expand areas. I will continue to show the screenshots of the very first day that we had moved in and what the farm looked like compared to where we're at. So I love doing those progress updates, and I'll do them with you on a regular basis. Hello, Elliot, otherwise known as this Stardew Valley Fabio. If you don't know who Fabio is, you're going to have to Google it yourself. So, I think it's a fun thing to do, is to see how far we've come. So sometimes it seems like, oh my gosh, we're just kind of going day after day. No, we're not. I have a plan. I'm not just randomizingly playing. I do have a plan in my head on what I'm going to be doing next. And so please know that this is just not a rambling, do whatever playthrough. It's not like I have, like, this is step 1, step 2 for today or whatever. It's not really like that, but I do have a plan for what I'm going to be doing the next thing. For instance, we need another fish pond. So I'm out here looking for seaweed, as you can see. I'm getting fish. I need 1 piece of seaweed is all I need. And then after that, I know I need to go get stone, so I'll go get stone. Once I got enough stone, then I will go to see Robin and get that fish pond built. And just keep working on the farm and the layout and things. It's coming along very well. I'm very happy with how it's going so far. And like I mentioned, I've got kind of a plan in my head. Please turn the right direction, for Pete's sakes. I hate that. I didn't mean to turn. I didn't think I had turned around. I didn't think I'd move my mouse. But I do think I'm having mice problems, and not the kind where you need a mouse trap or anything. I think that I'm going to have to replace my mouse, because I notice when I'm clicking sometimes it doesn't click. And that's really a problem when you're fishing, because if you click to hook a fish and it misses, then you miss the fish. It's happened to me numerous times, and you've seen that happen in these videos. So I'm going to be mice shopping soon. You can put suggestions if you want. All I need is a left mouse button, a right mouse button, a scroll wheel. I like to be able to speed up or slow down my mouse speed, and that's it. It's really hard to find mice like that, because they've all got these extra buttons. Mine has the extra buttons on the side. It's got a red button on the side that I think you're supposed to be able to use for battle. I have no earthly idea, and I don't care. I don't need all of that. Some of us people, older seniors and stuff, maybe I'm the only one. Yay on the seaweed, good job. We don't care. We don't need all of that, or don't want all that. It's too complicated. I don't want it to be complicated. I want it to be simple. So I'll be doing some shopping soon. And I'll probably check with my son or my daughter. They both have computers and games, and I listen to them often. They play different games than me. I've mentioned this in previous episodes. My son is a lead sound engineer for a major gaming company, and so he's always got new equipment and stuff he's always telling me about. And my daughter's a gamer too. She likes playing a lot of sci-fi games and stuff, and when I visit her, she shows me, and I'm like, okay, this is really cool, but I would never play this. I tend to like role-playing sandbox type games. Like this one is kind of the thing that I like. But I do overlap with my kids sometimes. They both, my son I know has played Skyrim. I think my daughter's tried it. My daughter and I also have played an online game before together, so we overlap occasionally, but it's interesting to see the differences in us three that together, and it's just interesting. But anyway, I'll be reaching out to them and saying, okay, what mice are you using right now? What should I be looking for? I hate to buy new equipment. So it's been a while. I think my computer I have right now, I think is 4 years old, but it was a monster when I got it. So hopefully it'll last me a while longer. I don't like buying new computers. They're too expensive, because the ones I buy are not cheap. They're custom built. So anyways, back to the house with our seaweed. Put these fish. I didn't see any need to continue fishing at all. Instead, I think we're going to have to make another plan here, because we definitely need more stone. We need 200 pieces of stone for our next fish pond. And at that point, we'd be out of stone. So, yeah, just putting things away and thinking about what am I going to do. It's 4:40 p.m. And I don't know what we're going to do here. Just keep putting things away. And I love these forageables. They make nice gifts from almost everybody likes the flowers that you forage for. I said almost everybody because I know there's people that don't. But we will see. We have a little bit of time left in the day, not a ton, but a little bit. So I thought what we might do is run over and check the quarry to see how much stone we can get there. That's an easy place to get stone. So I don't know how much we can get, but we're going to give it a try. And of course we bumped into that berry bush and we got 4 salmon berries. They're not super valuable, but that's okay. They're a free forageable, and for now they make a pretty decent thing to pop into our kegs and then pop into our casks in the cellar to make wines. So that's what we're going to do for now until we get the ancient fruits cranking. When we get the ancient fruits cranking, the ultimate plan is I will have ancient fruit wines and cheeses in my cellar exclusively. All the rest of the wines, I'll make other kinds of wines, but they're going to be put direct in the shipping bin. And the reason for that is when you start seeing how much those ancient fruit wines sell for, you'll understand. Right now we just don't have enough. So that's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. Things are going to continue to improve and change as we go along. So as you can see, that's what's been happening. We started, like I said, we started with 15 parsnip seeds, and we've come a long way in 66 episodes. I would say 66 hours, but that's not quite accurate. Some of my earlier videos were an hour and a half long, and I am really working hard at making them a lot shorter. I did do a poll. I've talked about this on my community tab, asking about the length of time that's a good time for watching. And the consensus was really about an hour. Rusty cog. Now, when I first saw that, I missed what it said. So we're going to come back to that. Remember that, rusty cog. I asked the viewers, and I said 90 minutes, 60 minutes, 30 minutes. And 60 minutes seemed to be the selected one. But I really think that that's a little bit long. So I'm trying to stay under 60 minutes. So I'm shooting for 45 to 60 minutes. And they may even be shorter than 45 sometimes. And the reason of that is I understand busy lives and people just don't have time to watch the whole thing. And when people don't watch the whole thing, that really does hurt my stats. And it's not that I'm all about the stats on YouTube. Please don't misunderstand. I'm doing this for myself, but I'm also doing it for my subscribers. So I want to make it so that my subscribers can enjoy my videos in the time that they have to be able to sit down and watch them. So I'm going to be cutting down the length of time on them somewhat. I mean, I still want to give you content. Running about 2 days of gameplay in Stardew Valley per episode. And so it kind of depends on what happens as far as how long that's going to take. And then Kinseed is a whole nother thing, and we'll get it. You go listen to those videos to find out about that. So anyway, that's my goal, is to kind of get those down. Hopefully if you've watched this long, then you can see that I have done that way down from the 90-minute ones, which I've watched 90-minute ones, but again, I'm retired. I have a lot more time to spend on watching videos or playing games or whatever. A lot of people don't, so I'm trying to catch everybody, because I want everybody to be my subscriber. That would be awesome if everybody was my subscriber. 3 more salmon berries. Oh my goodness. So obviously just kind of, I'm not really out seeking them, partially because I know that their value, yeah, I thought I missed some wormy thingies. I didn't. Their value is kind of low, and I know that. Yeah, I got quite a few there, but it's affordable. I'm walking right by. It's like walking by money. I would not do that. So I'll just stick them in here, and then every once in a while we'll take out whatever we need and put them into the preserve jars. And make them. I mean, why not? They're free, and we don't have enough ancient fruits to do exclusively that. Plus, we have other things that we want to put in our preserve jars and kegs as well. So, again, it's a process. It's a building process. And you can see right there, look at that, how many do I have and only leave one piece of stone in my chest. And how many do we have? 163. So we need about 40 pieces of stone pronto. And I know where to get it. Now look at that rusty cog. Look at that. Gunther can tell you more about it. This is an artifact. I thought it was a rusty spur. And when I put it in the chest, it didn't go on top of the other ones. I thought, wait a minute, it's bigger. It was an artifact. Who knew? So that was awesome. I mean, we're not done yet with the museum, because eventually we're going to fill that museum up, but we got one more item. So I was very happy to see that, and I totally spaced it. I mean, it's the same color as the rusty spur, and it looks like a rusty spur. I just didn't catch that it was bigger, and I didn't catch that it said the word Gunther underneath it. So we got to watch for things like that. That could have sat in that chest forever without me realizing that I needed to take it to the museum. So getting everything kind of set and organized for our day tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. It really does help YouTube like me better, and it makes me know that you guys appreciate what I'm doing. Give those videos a like. That does the same thing as well. And really, the most important thing is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.